Hey everybody, you are tuned in to RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. I'm your host, Rich Norton. Glad to be with you. Very excited to be with you. I am here at Hands and Feet Foundation in the middle of the afternoon on this busy street. This is a wonderful area. It's a crazy area, lots of things going on. But this is where I serve every Saturday at the Hands and Feet Foundation. You've seen commercials about that. You know that this is a ministry that's very dear to our hearts, and we love coming out here to serve. It's been fantastic, and great things are happening. I only come out here once a week, try to come out here twice a week. They are here 7 days a week, feeding, clothing, helping people get off drugs, helping people get their lives straightened out. Very blessed to be part of this ministry, the Hands and Feet Foundation, and that's where I've decided to record my shows. So when you hear noise in the background, when you hear fire engines in the background, and you hear alarms in the background, right? We are right in the heart of the area where people are in need. So along with people being in need, there's a lot of real unique things going on, a lot of crazy things going on, but we're here, and I really love coming here, and I felt it was a really good idea to kind of record our shows here as well. So thank you to James and Amy for allowing us to be able to record the shows. I know we're on a beach, as you see, or you see the water behind us, because I love going to the beaches, and that's what we do. We at RMS Sales Training and Inspiration, Retriever Merchant Solutions, we do go on fantastic trips. In fact, this year, our trip, as soon as you're done, when you see the show, we've already been on this trip, but Marco Island is a beautiful destination. Because of COVID, we weren't able to go to the Cayman Islands, but we changed it, and we are going to be going to a beautiful Marco Island, Florida, which is beautiful, beautiful beaches. So we get to do things like that. Things are starting to loosen up a little bit. Next year, we'll be back in the Bahamas. At the end of this year, we're going to be doing a beautiful place in Mexico, again, for our Norton group trip. So that's going to be fantastic. So that's why you see the beaches and the water, because we love that. You know, it's inspiring to be able to work for something like that, and all of our top producers are rewarded. And I'm very grateful to say this year we've had our highest amount of people within our super group win a trip. Very excited to say 12 of our representatives have won a trip this year. That's incredible. So 12 out of the 19 or 20, whatever the amount is, come from our group. So what does that tell you? We rock. We make it happen. We are super fantastic and growing. So great things are happening. Lots of exciting things are happening. And as I record this show, great things are happening with Retriever Merchant Solutions. As we talk about more in future shows, we've got a lot more shows to do. Wonderful things are happening right now, and I can share this with all of you because everybody pretty much knows Payrock is going to be our #1 processor very soon. Fastest growing processor in the country right now, and now we are officially part of Retriever Payrock. We still have access to all the other processors, but with this processor it even opens up more doors to have programs, products, services for any business, every business. There are no excuses. We've kept up with all the technology, and it keeps getting better. So I'm super excited, super pumped up, fired up to learn more about this new technology. And we'll be doing a lot of shows. I can't even think, it's amazing. It's just all the things that we're thinking about. It's incredible, and I'm real excited about our future. So our future looks bright. Our future looks amazing. Our future looks incredible. So we're going to do a show focusing on habits of successful people, salespeople in general. So I'm going to share some things with you today because that's what we do. We want to help you to be super successful in selling. So I'll share some good habits of good, successful people. Some of these may be repetitive, but it's wonderful to hear them over and over and over again. So let's take a short break and we will jump right on it, and we'll be right back. Hey everybody, you have Rich Norton here from Retriever Merchant Solutions. Do you consider yourself a winner? Do you consider yourself a champion? Do you consider yourself the best? Are you that type of person that likes to strive for the best? You like being number one, you're competitive, you like being in a positive environment where you can go as far as you want to go? Well, that's what we have at Retriever Merchant Solutions, an opportunity where you can be big as you want to be. You can grow as high as you want to go. You can go as far as you want to go. That's the opportunity that we have here with RMS. So if you feel that you're that type of person, you like meeting people, you're not afraid of rejection, you understand that the key to success is having a right attitude and going to work and never looking back and never giving up and making a commitment to do this 1,000%, that's going to give you success. So if I just described you, I want you to give me a call. Rich Norton, 904-434-4635. You're going to see the email right at the bottom of the screen. We will teach you this business. You may say, well, I've never done that type of business. We will teach you. We will train you. We will give you all the necessary tools on what it takes to become successful. And then we can celebrate your success and congratulate you for being a winner with RMS. I look forward to that. Give me a call. All right, I am grateful to be back with all of you, super pumped up, super fired up. Today is a super fantastic, dynamite, exciting day, and I feel great, and I am great, and I hope you feel the same way about your day and about yourself. So let's talk about this, 7 habits of top sales people. Let's get right to it. Number 1 is prospecting. Now, there's so many different ways of prospecting, but the first step is to get out there and be consistent and get out there and prospect. Some of them do it by getting a lead generator. Some of it do it by other forms. For me, if you really want to be at a top level, a high level, a super successful level, just get out there and start prospecting. Now you can do it over the phone. You're going to get a lot of rejection if you're doing it over the phone, but here's the key. Go out and meet some people. You should be prospecting wherever you go, and you guys are going to start finding that you're doing this anyway. You're prospecting all the time. You're driving down the road, wow, there's a new business right there. Wow, that one just opened up. You're in a restaurant. You stop and eat. When you go pay the bill, what are you looking at? What kind of terminal they got? We all do it. So we do some prospecting there. Hey, by the way, I see you have such and such a company. I'm a direct processor. I've been helping a bunch of businesses that have that program, and a lot of businesses have been complaining about the fees. I'm sure you're aware of all. Oh yeah, we pay a lot in our fees. I can't explain it now. I'm off today, but here's my card. Let me follow up. I'll grab one of your cards, see if we can help you out as well. Great. Prospecting. Not even working, but you're prospecting, right? My wife does some prospecting for me. She'll say, hey, I went to this nail salon, I gave her your card. I told her because she was starting to complain about some of the fees. So I gave her your card. She's going to call you. Great, here's her card. Call her. So prospecting. My dry cleaners, right? Got to know them a little bit, dropped off my dry cleaners, got to know him. We became closer and closer. And then he asked me, by the way, what do you do, by the way? Right? I kind of let him come to me. But I'm prospecting by going in, meeting a business owner, right? So I went in there, and what do you do, by the way? Oh, I work in direct processing. I've been meaning to tell you about that. I've been real busy, haven't had a chance to talk to you much about it, but I see that you're with Brand X, right? Tell them the company. Most of the businesses I'm helping out have that company, and unfortunately, their fees have been jacked up, and they're paying all kind of garbage fees. And the guy was like, oh yeah, tell me about it. Let me get my statement. So I ended up writing them up right on the spot. He's been with me now for about 6 years. He's my dry cleaner, right? So many different people, whoever does your haircuts, your wife's haircuts, your husband's haircut, your spouse, whatever it might be, your kids, right? Your doctor. You can do prospecting left and right all the time. When you're in church, I don't want you to do business in church, but get to know some of the people in the church and call them outside the church. But most of all, the best, the best prospecting that you can do is just by getting out there and talking to people. And that's all we do. When you really think about it, what do you do? Some people say, well, I'm not really a good cold caller. I'm not good at that. Well, what do you, I mean, you talk, right? You know how to talk, right? You've dealt with rejection before growing up. I mean, you went to school dances and you asked somebody to dance and they turned you down. You asked somebody to go out and they turned you down. We've all experienced rejection in some form or another. And guess what? We're still here. We survived it. It's amazing. So what do? When you go out and talk to merchants, we're prospecting. So get out there and make a commitment to talk to 25 businesses in a day. That is the best form of prospecting. Put 25 business cards into your pocket and just go out and talk to people. That's all you got to do. Go out and meet people, talk to them, get to know them, and have a nice conversation. Hey, my name's Rich, just want to stop in. I've been helping a bunch of your neighbors in the area. Let me introduce myself. I'm with the direct processing. Give a nice intro, be friendly, be courteous. Even if you don't present them at the spot, grab their card. Just wanted to grab your card. Here's my card. Can't talk right now. I got this guy waiting for me. I'm going to follow back up with you a little bit later, see if we can help you out as well. Now, if you're friendly and courteous and you meet the right people, you will develop some good contacts from your prospecting. Now, will you meet some people that aren't interested? Yes, you will. Does Rich Norton meet people that don't respond positively? Yes, he does. I walked into business today, gave my intro, immediately goes, no way, I'm not switching for nothing. I'm happy with what I have. Thank you, there's the door. This is what I look like leaving. Nice meeting you guys. And that's what I said, right? I didn't cry. It didn't bother me. I went on and eventually 5 businesses later wrote up a very nice business. Not a big deal. So when you're prospecting, let me encourage you, and let me say this again, just go out and talk to some people. What do you want me to do today, Rich? Go out and talk to 25 people today. Go out and prospect wherever you go. And then while you're out there on weekends and going out to dinner, do a little prospecting there. While you're out at a football game, baseball, basketball, your kids' football game, meet some people, do a little prospecting, pass some business cards back and forth. That's how you prospect, and that's how you'll get more success. If you don't make the calls, if you don't prospect, you're not going to write the deals. So keep that in mind. Number 2, ask great questions. Questions that make the prospect think. So get the merchant involved in what you're doing. These are great habits that super successful salespeople do. They don't walk in and just give a pitch. You know, people talk about that. Let me hear your sales pitch. And it's all bang, 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 bang. Look at my company, this is me, 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 me. Meanwhile, after a couple of minutes, please understand this, people's attention span is limited. I mean, it's going to fly right over their head. And if you find yourself giving pitches all the time, here's what happens. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Thanks for stopping by. You got a card? Anybody hear that before? Oh yeah, I hear that a lot. Hey, we're not really interested right now. Sound familiar? I get that all the time. Hey, now's not a good time. Hey, we're busy right now. They're giving you the responses that typical sales people receive. So please keep that in mind. When you're meeting people, when you're meeting merchants, ask the questions. And then when you ask those questions, listen to their responses. The next thing, which is exactly what I'm talking about, is developing the listening skills. So that's important, very important. You've heard me talk about this in many shows, and I'll continue to talk about it because you can never hear this enough. The best salespeople are the best listeners. Let me repeat that. The best salespeople are the best listeners. Learn to listen to your prospects. Ask the questions, and when they give you the responses, look back, look at them right in the eye, and just listen to them. And while they're talking, look them straight in their eyes. Get that good eye contact and just smile. You really, wow, that's fantastic, right? Whatever question it might be. Man, I'm so glad you, wow, that is great. Wow, it's fantastic. You've been in business 30 years? Well, obviously you're doing something right. Did you start the business, or is this a family business? Did you buy it from someone? Let them talk, and just sit back and listen. Best salespeople are the best what? Listeners. So keep that in mind. Focus on the prospect. Here's great habits of super successful people. They're not just focusing on themselves. And these are things, as I talk about this and I'm reviewing these things, these are great habits to have success not only in sales, but just in relationships as well. So if you were on a date, or if you're talking with somebody, and think about the ones that you get turned off most of all. The one that goes on and on and on, and they start talking about themselves. Anybody been there before? And even when they ask you a question, they'll ask you a question like, hey, tell me about this, and you'll get 2 sentences in. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that reminds me of when I did that. And now they're talking about themselves again. Now, the other person's sitting there, it's like, what am I here for? This person's just talking about themselves. All they care is about themselves. And that's the message that they are presenting and portraying to the other person. So take the focus off you and focus on the other person. Reminds me of a kind of a joke where a person's talking and they're going on and on and on, and meanwhile the other person's like, get me out of here, I'm done. 10 minutes of this person talking about themselves, and all of a sudden they stop and they say, wow, I've noticed I've been doing a lot of talking, forgive me. I've been talking a lot about myself and what I do and everything. Let me give you the seat right now, all right? Tell me about yourself. What do you like best about me? And that's the question that they might ask. And the other person will be like, what? They may not say that, but that's almost the message that they are presenting to the other person. So when people talk about themselves all the time and what they've done and how they conquered the world and they've done everything and they've done this and they've done that, and when the other person starts talking, they want to one-up you and say, oh yeah, I've done that too as well. So now not only are they talking too much about themselves, they knock the other person down. So you don't want to do that either. So focus on the prospect. Focus on the other person. Remember, when you're visiting with a business owner, when you're visiting with a merchant, if you can present to the merchant that it's not about you, it's all about them. And that's showing a genuine interest, showing an interest in them, caring about them, getting to know them, and most of all, wanting to help them. This is what highly successful people do. This is what people that are super successful not only do in the business world, they do this in life in general. And I've said this to my youngest daughter, I've said it to other people, I've said it to a group of young people. You want to be the most popular person at a party or in a room? Start working the room and start asking questions. Don't talk about yourself at all. Don't even, if they ask you, you can tell a little bit about yourself, but revert it back to them talking about themselves. While they're talking about themselves, just smile and listen. Give them compliments. That's fantastic. That's great. How long have you been doing that? Wow, it sounds like you really enjoy it. Where are you from originally? Go around the room for about an hour, 2 hours. You'll have fun doing it, and you'll be amazed how much people like to talk about themselves. But you will leave that party, and all the impressions that people will remember about you is, what a nice person that person was. What a great listener. What an awesome person. They really seemed to care about what I was saying. And you, without even talking, could be the most popular person in that room. People talk about the life of the party. You got to be the life of the party. That's fun. We can all be the life of the party. But on a longevity standpoint, you want to be successful. Don't put the focus on you. Put the focus on the other person. That's how you're going to have success. That's how successful people do it, and that's the habits of super successful people. Let me give you another one. Habit of top successful people: persistence. They never give up. No matter what you do in life, you make a commitment. You never give up. People look at people that are very successful and they say, wow, what a lucky person they are. I'd love to be in their shoes. Man, I would love to have the life that they have. And sometimes you may want to say, really? You don't really know what they've done in order to achieve what they did. You don't know the long hours. You don't know the rejection. You don't know the tough times that they've been through. You don't know the difficulties that they've been through. You don't know the rough days. Because behind every successful story, I promise you, there are a lot of stories about tough times. Nobody paving gold. Here's what success looks like. Just like that. Circles all around, it looks like that. That's what the road to success is. It's not paving gold. The road to success is always under construction. So please, please, please keep that in mind. Very important that you understand that. So if you want to have success, very important that you're persistent, that you never, ever give up. So if you made the decision that you're working with Retriever Merchant Solutions, I want you to make this commitment right now. I will persist until I succeed. And I want you to state that every single day. I will persist until I succeed, especially when you have the difficult days, especially when the trials come, especially when the challenges come, especially when you feel like throwing in the towel. You're going to say, I will persist until I succeed. I'm never, ever, ever giving up. I'm never, ever going to quit. I'm never, ever, ever going to look back. I'm going to make it happen. Persistence is the key. You got that? That's the most important thing. Never give up. Never quitting. Not giving it a try. I'm going to do this. Burning the bridge. I talked about this a while back. I saw an interview with Eddie Murphy a while back, and he was talking about success. And in the beginning, many people told him, you need to have something that you can fall back on in case it doesn't work out. And it makes sense when you think about that. Yeah, something to fall back on. This way, if it doesn't work out, at least I got that. And he said, I thought about that, and I said, I don't need anything to fall back on. I'm doing this because if I have something to fall back on, the moment things don't go right on my dream, I'm going to go back and fall back. There's a reason that it says fall back. It doesn't say going forward. I have something to fall back on. So he made that commitment that I'm not having anything to fall back on. I am doing this 100%. Burn the bridge, they talk about. Never looking back, 1,000% being persistent. This is my only option. When you have that mentality, you're going to have success. These are great habits, persistence being one of them, of highly successful people. I'm going to take a short break. I got two more for you that will help you in sales, and we will be right back. Hello everybody, Rich Norton here from RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. I want to thank you all for tuning into our shows. Most of our shows are recorded here live at Hands and Feet Foundation, which is a ministry that I serve in, and I'm very, very blessed to serve into this ministry. My wife and I come out here. She's out here every Thursday or Tuesday. She brings music out to everybody, and I come out usually with her on Saturdays, and we have church with everybody that comes out here. And we've been very fortunate, very blessed to come out here and serve in this ministry. This is a ministry that's near and dear to our hearts. We have a passion and we have a heart for the lost. We have a passion and a heart for people that are down and out. And the majority of the people that come here are homeless, been through some very difficult times, whether it's bad choices on their own or whether it's just circumstances. We just love on them, and we help them get off the streets, and we help them get into rehab for some people that are wanting to get clean. We send them to different places. So there's just wonderful things that are happening here at Hands and Feet Foundation. So if you'd like to learn more, you can go to handsandfeetfoundation.org. You can look them up on Facebook, Hands and Feet Westside, or you can come out and visit 7478 103rd Street, Jacksonville, Florida. If you'd like to come out and visit, or you'd like to give a donation, or you just like to come out and help serve, come and join us. It'd be fantastic to see you. You'll see me in my shorts and my t-shirt and my guitar. I'm just having a great day. So we'd love for you to come out here as well. Thank you. All right, I'm right back with you. I got a couple more that I'm going to share with you, and this is what super successful people do. Here's some of the habits that they have, and you've heard me talk about this many times, getting referrals. Now, we have a lot of different ways of doing that. Watch the shows that talk about that. When you're in our business, you should be doing that all the time, especially when you're new, especially when you've been around for a while. When you write a merchant up, right on the spot, ask them, can you think of some other people in the area that can benefit from our program? Show them the referral program that we're doing. Anybody you refer us to, once they're processing, you're going to get a $100 gift card. That's an incentive. People jump all over that. You can put up another incentive yourself. Throw in another 50 bucks or 100 bucks. Hey, we got a special going on today. Not only are we doing the $100 gift card, but we're throwing in another $100 right on the spot, or right away, which you'll get right away. Really? You're going to do that? Great. So if we write up anybody today, you're getting $100 right away. So whatever you need to do to get referrals, follow back up with them. Go back and do the install. Get referrals that way. Bring a statement back. Sean Benson talks about this a lot. Get the referrals going back through. This is what some of the habits are of highly successful people. Here we are, 103rd Street, you can hear it. And then the final thing, follow up with the merchants, okay? In so many different ways you can do that. You've got referrals, follow up with the merchant as many times as you can. Even if you don't write them, here's a good way that will help you. Here's what I find out, their level of interest. I'm always looking for ways to write a merchant right on the spot. If I can't get them on the spot and they're not going to close, and they say, well, I'm just not making a decision today, I will ask the question. That's fine. When would you like me to check back up with you? The sooner they say, and I'll even say this, you know what, I'm going to be in the area all day today. I'm going to be helping a couple other merchants. Okay, we'll come back later. That's a better opportunity. The sooner they say, if they say, well, call me back tomorrow, or call me back in 2 days. Or if I say, I'm going to be back in the area tomorrow, I can swing back then. Now, call me back in a week or two. What's going to change their mind in a week or two? Call me back in 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. I mean, either they want the program or they don't. That's the way that I look at it. So we can get into other shows about that, how to handle that situation. But successful people, they have a good habit of following up with merchants, making sure that all the doors are closed, that they don't leave any stones unturned, and they take advantage of every single opportunity. So the goal for you is to get into the successful habits of what successful sales people do. That's how you achieve great things. That's how you get to a higher level. You can do this. I believe in you. We believe in you. Let's make the decision to be the best that you possibly can be. And when you wake up in the morning and you understand that you woke up, you have the gift of life. It's a gift that's been given to you. What you do with that day you've been given is going to be your gift back to the God who created it. And I hope you make it a good one. So thanks for tuning in. I will see you next time on RMS Sales Training and Inspiration.